Hello and welcome back to the TGG Allies campaign. We are on level 9 and we have swap has plus buy. That seems pretty good. We've got a couple of split piles, forts and odysseys and wizards. So by a couple I mean a few. Didn't see the third one there. And city-state. Powered by Guildmaster. Ooh, you can city-state all the things. Also contract, also student. Alright, alright. So if you have if you have favors, then swap is also a village because you can city-state whatever you gain. And not only that, but you'll get, like, if Guildmaster is your source of favors, you'll get favors back. I mean, like, city-state costs 2 favors, so you would need 2 Guildmasters for it to pay for itself, but still, like, that's amazing. But alright, so it looks like the only trashing is student, which is a bit sad. I am thinking we would like to hit 5. That's going to be tough to do with student as our trasher. So maybe we don't try that hard to hit 5 initially, and maybe we go like student old map and just try to do some cycling. Maybe we can like city-state a voyage in the early going, something along those lines. But I guess I should talk about the overall board some more. So we've got, I mentioned that swap can basically be a village. There's also specialist. So no straightforward in contract, no straightforward villages, but I don't see a ton of demand on terminal space actually. So there's Guildmaster, and then potentially Vassal, maybe Bandit. Maybe you would play with Bandit. I'm not sure about that. There's no like remodel on the board, so the only thing is like, so Hunter is the draw, and in at least until Distant Shore, Garrison are revealed. Not Distant Shore, I mean, should get revealed, but Garrison maybe not. And Hunter does like, you know, you to have some treasures in your deck, so that's Bandit is potentially a way to make that happen. Although it is awkward because you really, it's not really what you want to be doing. Like, I guess the draw is really going to be the limiting factor here. Most likely. On the flip side, I guess there's not that many stop cards we're looking to play with in the long term, so maybe it's fine. Well, in any case, like I said, I think we go old map student. I guess I didn't talk about plus buy. I mean, swap has plus buy, so we're going to be fine from that perspective. Alright, I think we just trash estate here and take another old map. Alright, voyage is up. Well, unfortunately, we don't have city-state. But I'm still going to take a voyage. So we're not buying anything either way here. I think this isn't... I think we're better served trashing copper here and getting to trash the second time on the voyage turn than we would be just trashing a state. Because, like, we can't hit any better than 3 next turn anyway. There is another estate down there that we could potentially find for the student to trash, and we have 2 old maps to line that up. And if that doesn't happen, we can still... Well, no, that's not true. Yeah, if we don't... If we don't see the estate, then we probably don't end up wanting to buy anything, but maybe that's... How excited are we to buy a 3 cost in any case? I mean, we're going to need to do it at some... Like, get a vassal or a silver at some point just to hit 5. Well... The other thing about playing old map next turn is we can, like, rotate off of Voyage. Yeah, I think... Okay, never mind. I mean, the good news is that we've trashed 2 of our estates. And that is something. We might be able to hit 5 this turn, just off of old map sifting. Or not. We've got another estate down there. We can go, like, another sort of trashy thing here, or we can just discard the student and know that we'll at least hit 3, and then on the voyage turn, maybe we can get that, zap that estate. Only a 1 in 3 chance to draw the... what am I trying to say? To draw the state anyway. I guess the other thing we could do, or could consider doing, is actually city stating a tent. And then we can play the tent, like guaranteed play the tent on the voyage turn and still hit 3 while trashing the student. But the problem with that is we can't hit the tent without discarding the student anyway. So yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And there's the estate. Yeah. Okay. All right. Right now, Vassal looks a little better to me than Silver, but is it still going to look better once we have a Guildmaster in our deck? That's the question. I think so. I mean, there's the whole Vassal-student interaction. Second Vassal, though? Man, it would have been nice to flip the student. Vassal is a better target for swap than Silver. Yeah, I think second Vassal. There's no way we're hitting 6 this turn, is there? I mean, I guess there is an outside chance, but I'm not gonna play to that. Get both of the vassals down there. Damn it! Well, I guess there's... Play the old map, discard a vassal, but it's not like we're going to get all the way back around to that. If we just play the vassal straight out, we might hit old map or student and get to play the other vassal. So I think we play the vassal. Ah. Annoying. Taking a third vassal at this point, it's like not that likely to work out. And we need to hit 5 to get a swap. But on the other hand, we do now have 0 estates in our deck. Old map student and some copper down there. I'm going to be greedy and take this. It could be a mistake, but... Are they getting a conjurer? Yeah. Okay. We could city-state the swap. Don't think that makes sense. Just take it and be glad for it. Oh. What the hell is going on? They got another voyage? Wait, what? But why? Well. We could, in fact, afford a distant shore here. Seems good. I guess we take another swap. Oh no, wait. I forgot we had city-state. But do we want to use our city-state now? We could city-state a guildmaster into play. And then we can still play this vassal. Or we could swap the vassal. What's the order of operations on this? When you spend 2 favors, when you gain... This might actually... We might actually get a refund on the guildmaster itself. Which would be pretty nice. Let's test it. Yeah, we did. Nice. Alright. I think we go with that then. Ah! We had old map and student down there. Alright. If we buy a guildmaster, we do get to city-state it, right? I think. Seems really good. Now we take the distant shore. We don't city-state that. Okay, so we play students. Guildmaster. Conjure, city-state it. Oh, it's too bad we don't have the, we couldn't, like, get both of these guildmasters into play and hit, like, be able to trash this other copper with the student, because we could, like, gain a vassal and city-state that. I guess we can gain more conjurers, though. Whee! Okay. This I do not want to play because I don't want to trash my other guildmaster. Why would you want silver? Very confusing. Okay. Do we want a sorcerer? Maybe. Maybe. What we want to do is, like, get Guildmaster into play. I'm gonna play an old map first. Alright. That. So yeah, I think we swap Vassal to Guildmaster and city-state that. Although, we do have another swap down here, right? We don't? Where's our, Where's our other swap? Well, we can do the vassal student thing. Get some more favors. Student does require that you trash a card, though. Maybe... Yeah, we need to see that other swap. Like I've screwed this up. Like, what are we doing with these conjurers? I was thinking, like, I would swap back out of them and then regain them, but we don't have a swap to play. Maybe we're not supposed to... We're just supposed to discard this. Oh, but then we don't have any actions. Yeah. Shoot. Alright, well, do we need 3 conjurers anyway? We could just trash one of them. We've trashed a lot of our copper. You do have an estate down there, though. Aha. Okay. It's gonna take 2 more distant shores. Oh, we do only have 1 swap. Well, that explains it. What if we... We bought Swap and swapped this Conjurer into another Guildmaster. Maybe not. Maybe I'd rather just have the Distant Shores. Get them while they're hot. Ugh. Okay, I guess what we want to do is Conjure Voyage and then swap out of it. Maybe? Or, well, what is this card? It's probably an action card. We could just conjure a vassal and hope for the best. Should be an action card. Is it our swap? We didn't see the swap last turn, so it should be the swap, right? Nope. Damn it! We play this? We do make an estate and 2 coppers and miss the shuffle. That seems like value. Okay. So we do swap. Old map to Guildmaster. Does this count against our counter? Because it did go into our hand, but we're not like playing it from our hand? I don't know how that works. I'm not going to play all 3 of these Distant Shores. That seems very clear. It does count! Oh, that's bogus! Man, alright, this deck is too hard to navigate. Surely we don't actually spend our favors there. Yeah, I guess we wanted to play. We should have led with the Conjurer. Well, but I wanted to get the Guildmaster into play. I don't know. Oh man, this is not working. We need a frickin' swap. Do we just hope for the best? Okay. Should probably just get a swap to just like increase the density of that stuff in our deck. Actually, we keep the vassal and exchange the guildmaster. Ugh. It's also like hard to keep enough favors. Damn, what? Really? Like, I don't know what the hell is down there. No, we skipped the void. Oh man. I guess we should take a specialist. Or another. Uh, hmm. I think I'm gonna take a specialist and just assume I hit at least one action card. Okay. Well, that could have gone better for sure. But now we have enough stuff to do swappy things a little bit at least. I want to play the Voyage though. Maybe we should have bought a specialist so that we could have city stated that to play the Guildmaster. Yeah, that was a mistake. That's what we should have done. Because now we're not going to have enough favors. I mean, I guess we could buy a copper. I don't want to do that, but... might be needed. I guess we could also buy a vassal. And then... No, that doesn't work, because we're not going to get to city-state that. Alright, so we play... Specialist... Guildmaster... Oh, we don't have any buys. So this doesn't really work either. Ah, dang it. And if we buy swap, yeah, I really screwed this up. I guess we could specialist the Conjurer. Aha. Okay. We can get the voyage back. I think we gain a swap here. And again, the voyage. Decline to play that, even though I would like to, because I think we want to buy Specialist. Or we could gain a copy of it and then play that. Swap student to guildmaster. We finally have a second guildmaster in play, which is huge. Now we gain their swap and city state that. Maybe now we take Specialist. Specialist the Guildmaster. Okay, we're starting to get places here. Wondering about getting a hunter. Because, like, we do have some junk down there. And we'd like to get back around to the voyage. I guess we take this. Well, obviously we take that. Yeah. Okay. Then we take. I don't know that we're gonna be able to get all the way around, but. And also, piles are getting pretty low. Somehow we were netting money there, but I guess that's because we ended up playing cards out of our hand that netted us money. Take another Specialist. Double play the Distant Shore, but that doesn't really actually do too much. I think. Get another specialist. Specialist the Conjurer for student vassal. Do we still get the distant shore back? I'm not sure. Does it matter? Maybe it doesn't matter. This is not a good shuffle to trigger. I wish I'd known that was a swap. Could also take a tent. And then we would be able to buy the distant shore. I was thinking, like, I want to trash the estate, but maybe that's not actually important. Okay, what can we do here? Oh, we didn't get the voyage in play. I forgot. No. Ugh. We might just lose. I totally forgot. We didn't actually have the voyage in play. Oh. Okay, well, we haven't lost yet. We do need to get some provinces. That should be easier this turn. All right. Specialist. Swap. We don't need conjurers because they can't gain us points. Just take Guildmaster, city state that. Gain a copy of swap, city state it. Conjurer to another swamp. Tent is the least good of these. We kind of need draw. I don't think there's any reason to play this when we can just do this and then that. Oh, geez. So I'm gonna take this swap. Okay. The specialist. Another specialist. Don't want to play that yet. Swap. Vassal to... We can do vassal to conjure and then re-conjure the vassals, but I don't think that actually does too much. I think we just take another hunter. There we go. Swap. Gain a copy. Play that again. Swap. Okay. We need 3 provinces and to empty piles. Emptying piles should be easy. Or 2 provinces and a duchy would also work. And we also have the Voyage turn to play with, so shouldn't be too big of a problem. Alright, I guess we're doing... this... We might as well do this, even though it doesn't really... Okay. Vassal the Hunter again. I'm going to decline to play this because we don't need the actions, and we can find another specialist. Which we can't, so just play this now. I guess we'll take the Hunter. Take the swap and swap the swap so that we haven't piled just yet. Would we rather be... We've seen most of the junk in our deck, so once we trigger the shuffle, Distant Shore is a better card to specialist. So sure, play this. Okay. I'll play the Voyage. Specialist. Guildmaster. Gain a copy. Play it. Yeah. Alright. If we swap this Guildmaster into a swap, do we just have the win? 1923. Looks like it. Looks like it. Just... Wait, did I miscalculate my points earlier, or did I... What did... I thought I had... Oh, I was down 14. Well, I guess I was... Okay, I did miscalculate my points, but not in a way that would have been obvious. I thought I was down by 12, and so I was like, oh, I need double province plus anything, which has to be duchy because there's no estates left. Yeah. Okay, so... Yeah, so this... Obviously, the deck did eventually take off, although the lack of draw was still really a huge constraint on it. In the end, we only had 2 vassals. They had 5. I guess we returned a bunch of vassals in the last turn. If we'd held on to the conjures, like being able to conjure the vassals back after exchanging them would have been a good idea, because that would have been kind of like draw, right? Like the conjurer Well, I mean, assuming the top card of your deck is an action, the Conjure, it's like, not draw is not the right word, but it would have been made it a not stop card, I guess. Where you're still getting the value of swapping the card out, but then you also still get the money from the vassal and all that. Anyway, I do think that what I was ultimately building towards was better than whatever the bot was doing. It just was very difficult to do, and I don't think I executed the game plan very well. Maybe took the distant shores a little too aggressively, and thus had too much junk in my deck. Although, I mean, part of the idea was, well, at some point, you play hunters and you can draw through it. I mean, of course, hunter's unreliable, but yeah, but part of the problem too is I was just like having a lot of trouble like accumulating enough favors to just go crazy like we did finally at the end. Like once you get above a certain threshold, you need like a certain number of favors to kick off, and or you need enough like specialist actions to be able to get enough guild masters into play. And I was just like not doing that until suddenly it did happen. And the weird thing is it happened in the buy phase of my previous turn. But like, you might think, well, why not take a specialist earlier? But the idea is like, if you have the favors, you can swap and do that. But I just kept not quite being there with the favors. That being said, I mean, it's definitely possible that I should have taken a specialist earlier, but that was my thought process is like, if I have the swaps, then I can use the favors to swap into something and then play it. So rather than just like buying a specialist and then having it in the deck, I can swap into specialist, with the right timing. But it wasn't really working out until suddenly it was. Yeah, and even then, yeah, the actual control of the deck was pretty limited. I guess I didn't consider that late turn. I didn't consider like swap. I did like take that tent so that I could get the distant shore back, but I didn't consider like what happens if we like rotate to garrison. I guess if I was returning the 10, it wouldn't have mattered. And unless it was my last turn, so it wouldn't have mattered. But I guess I do wonder, given that I was the only one playing with a swap, it seems like maybe I could have done something with garrison where then I would have just had like all the cards in my hand. That would have been... I should have given that more thought. Like my initial thought was like, well, I don't want a tent in my deck. And I would stand by that. But like having... like some strategic point where it's like, okay, I get a tent, I rotate, I take some garrisons off of Conjure or whatever, play them, and then I draw like a bunch of cards the next turn. Like there's probably a way to set that up. It's just there's so much stuff that you want to do here, and it's really hard to get off the ground. And I don't know that doing that would have necessarily gone any faster, but it might have. It might have helped. Something involving Guildmaster, Specialist, and Swap is definitely what you want to be doing here. It's just a question of like how you get into that state. I don't know. I could even believe that like, well, Student is the only trashing. I don't know. If there's a better trasher or something, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, it's the path there is rough, but it is what you want to be doing. Anyway, well, thanks for watching, and we're one win away, but we got to be second player next time. We'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for level 10. Until then.